M. We're back again. We were on here in Ramadan.
Yep.
Was it? In Ramadan. And we had a really great neutral conversation. And yeah, we're back again. So alhamdulillah. If you guys want to get involved in our chat and have some input, please do SMS us or WhatsApp us on 077 488 55055. That's 077 488 5505. Get in touch because we'd genuinely love to hear from you, hear everyone's input. Interact, guys.
Let us know what you think on what we're saying. They're all just very real, personal experiences.
Yeah.
And we're just really trying to build healthy conversations around issues that affect us directly.
Things that may be considered taboo or like things that people just don't talk about enough.
Yeah. We're just trying to have a space in which people can say what they need to say, but without the fear of being judged. I think that's the main.
Yeah. Just to clarify, absolutely no one is trying to preach because we're not, we don't know everything. We're just talking about our own lived experiences. So inshallah it'll be beneficial. And yeah.
These are genuinely just our real conversations that we actually have very regularly. And I think one we've been speaking about a lot recently is marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage, our experiences, how we're going about pursuing marriage, the way in which we do it, the
struggles that we face, like compared to maybe what our parents may have went through back in the day. I think just this day and age, it's just jarring.
It's so overwhelming. And I think one of the most common things people use these days is apps. How else do you actually meet anyone? But a lot of people will use apps or like be introduced to people. But I think one thing that we found with this whole experience between the two of us is how overwhelming it is, like meeting new people.
Yeah.
I think people underestimate how maybe it's our age. Maybe it's easier.
I don't think it's our age. I think people around us who are already like married, alhamdulillah, they just expect it to just come like that, but they don't go through these struggles because they've been married they've been married a long time. So maybe they got snatched up from like college or uni and stuff. But for me, like for someone like me, I didn't go to uni. I just started working from a very young age.
Yep.
And
so that kind of maybe limited in the way in which you met people.
Yeah, because like my brother got married to his partner and they met in uni, and a lot of people I know have been married from education or
same like my first marriage, we met in school.
Exactly.
And that is the case for a lot of people.
I wasn't trying to get married out of school age.
Yeah,
I don't know what you are.
I was not school age. I was in uni when I got married. We met in school. But I think you're right. Back then we would meet, that's the way in which we'd meet people, right? Through an education setting, or potentially that whole journey of school, college, uni, and then you go into a graduate job and you've probably found someone by then or met someone within that premise. But I think for us it's very different because we don't go out in spaces in which we could socialize with men openly or freely.
Because we're not trying to do that as well,
It's just something we don't do. It's not something we do between us or as friends. We don't have people introduced to us either. So I think at this age or where we are in our lives and the journeys we're on, one of the common ways is apps or online or within the digital era.
And it's not ideal.
It's not.
And what are you supposed to do? Like, are you supposed to stand outside a masjid with a sign saying, "Hi, I'm ready to be a wife. Marry me, please." How are you supposed to do it? People are like, "Oh, put yourself out there." What does that mean? I'm not going to go to the same coffee shop 365 days a year just to,
to meet someone,
bump into someone.
Yeah, no, it's true. How many times you're going to go to that same coffee shop and come across someone?
Exactly. And people are like, "Oh, you need to change your social setting." But what if you're comfortable in your social setting? Like, I'm not trying to do more and
I'm not trying to do more within a haram premise just to meet someone.
Exactly.
And I think that's where it really gets down to, okay, we're going to move into the digital space. And one of the most common things, I don't know if all women find this, but genuinely just letting someone new into your life,
honestly,
is so overwhelming. And I think people underestimate essentially this woman, whether it's me, you, however old we are, whether we've come from school or whatever age we are, we're leaving the comfort of our own home, of our own family, of our own environment. We're going somewhere completely new. But just getting to know these new people is actually draining. How many people am I giving my energy to?
Yeah, how much of yourself are you supposed to give away?
Exactly.
Especially when you've dealt with maybe like tough situations in the past. Like obviously you've been married before, whether it was good or bad, whatever the case, you know, you might have some trauma from it.
Exactly. And you carry that every time you meet.
Exactly. And it directly affects you going into maybe a future relationship because you're thinking, oh, what if this... thank you.
Tea
Boss man got us some tea. And some tea rusks. You know, yeah, tea rusks. And, woo!
Well, we got canned.
We're getting treated today, guys. I'm taken back.
Oh, my God. We've
But
got
you know,
rusks.
Speaking of rusks, yeah.
And we've got...
I got some intel on rusks.
All right, go on.
Sorry, guys.
What is it?
This
is Khatija's fact of a lifetime.
Guys, it's not okay.
What did you do?
Thank you for the rusks, boss man.
Well, what did you do?
I seen a video on Instagram on how they make these in India.
No. Don't tell me. Don't. Like these specific ones.
These are us stamping on it with their feet and mushing. Oh, mate.
Wait.
I'm just going to stop.
Which ones?
I don't know. Let's see what it's sourced from.
Like, it can't be this one. Surely they made in Great Britain.
Okay, fine. We're good. But thank you, boss man. Boss man plugged us.
This is why you don't watch those TikToks on like Belly and stuff, right? And how they make the food.
I shared that. I was in shock.
Mortified.
I was like, no, thank you.
All right, where were we? Okay,
online.
So
yeah, but just giving, like, obviously I was speaking about, like, people who have potentially dealt with past trauma from maybe unhealthy relationships. You're obviously going to have that in mind when you're meeting, like, new people with intention of marriage. It's like, how do you even know you can trust this person that you're giving yourself away to?
How long do you give it until you know you can trust them?
And especially because, obviously, like us, we're conscious of the way we're moving and the way we're doing things. We want to do the least haram as possible, yeah? So we're trying to, you know, get to know somebody in a halal premise, you know, do things the right way.
And make our intentions from marriage very clear from the very beginning, laying all our cards out. Yeah. But still, you're giving part of yourself away every time you meet someone. And it's draining. And then we're getting to that point where, okay, guys, we're not sat here saying we're constantly meeting new people. But these are genuinely struggles that we've come across and that actually drain us mentally and physically.
Okay, now, here's my dilemma, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Because you know, based on other chats that we've had, that hold on. All right. Let me think about how I'm going to word this.
Okay, go on. You got this.
All right, you know my intent right now, is that if I'm ever going to meet somebody, it's going to be done the right way from the get-go. But then you have other people in your ear saying, but you need to get to know them. But you can't get to know them in a halal manner unless you're having a group chat with your dad inside. And no one's going to do that. Let's be really real.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously one of the ways around that is like having a chaperone. But how comfortable are you to have your brother or your dad with you at every time you meet someone? And what about the people
who don't have their brother and dad? Like, let's be real, who's going to resort to their uncle? Like, so that's a dilemma I personally face because it's like part of me wants to like just do it the right way. Period, and just put my trust in Allah, which ultimately is what I want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
But then there's loads of fear within that because it's like,
how do I know this person?
You know?
And
how will they know?
How will they know?
How will they know?
They'll never know. But you know what? Saying that, right? I think between us, we have been through maybe not directly, but we've been through enough.
Wait.
All right. What? That's water. That's not even pop, guys. That's water. We got water in a can today. Anyway.
Fancy.
Big distraction over here.
Fancy. Sorry.
You know what? Before this show, guys, she actually was like, oh, guys, I can't do it. I'm really nervous. And
it wasn't nervous. I just wasn't
popping
ready.
now. She's ready.
I'm just going to humble myself. I'm just going to sit
Oh
back.
my God. I like this energy.
No, you just kill my vibe.
Oh, wow. Okay, we'll deal with her in a moment.
Let me just have my moment.
Anyway. Yeah, okay, so I think it's unrealistic in many situations to expect your dad or your brother to be there. And of course, we want to do it the right way. And it's a catch-22. I think it really lies with your moral complex. And I also think it depends on the type of person that you're meeting and the way in which those conversations go. I think maybe initially, like that first conversation, wouldn't you initially just know what premise or what type of guy that is in order to be receptive in which way you're going to meet him, for example. You know, some guys you're just going to start with loads of banter and you're going to have loads of fun chemistry and fun vibes. But how long are those fun vibes and chemistry? How many times you're going to meet with those fun vibes and chemistry? Yeah. You know? Whereas sometimes you'll have that first initial conversation. Okay, you know what? Our views on this and this align. Our views on this and this align. I think we're compatible. Maybe that first meeting would be right for you to take your brother or dad. So is it an individual situation? Do you gauge it like that? Are we doing wrong when we're gauging it that way? I think it definitely like falls on both parties and where they stand within that. And I think that's also individual to whoever you meet.
Yeah,
Someone you meet, the first time you meet them, you might think, you know what, this is great, and I'm just gonna take my brother or my dad or, you know, my mahram straight away. But some people, you realize actually,
some people would think you're crazy for wanting to, like, for even suggesting that, like, I'm gonna bring my dad. But then that's when you know that they're probably not on it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good test though. I can't lie.
Actually. I might use it.
Yeah, just test that out from like the first time.
So it's going to be me, you and my dad.
How you feeling? That's a good way to tease them out. What else would you say is like a common problem like you find when meeting someone? I feel like priorities have changed as well. Like
I feel like there's a lot, because I myself in the last couple of years have met only a couple of people via like online. And I'd experienced like someone completely different on my phone. Mm-hmm. And then when I meet them, they're like Delulu. So it's like, who is like, we were just speaking yesterday, like very normally. And then all of a sudden today, you're like this whole new being. Like what happened? So it's just, again, it's like putting yourself in that uncomfortable situation just to be more uncomfortable.
I think, do you think a lot of that comes down to like, when you're on the phone and you're talking to someone like on your phone, they have time to respond and they have time to give you the energy that they think you're expecting. And then it comes to real life and they can't match that, because realistically, we're quite big personalities. And I found...
Someone called me dominant.
What?
Yeah.
All right, wait, we're going to have that conversation in a second.
I was taken back.
Okay, we need to like differentiate what this even means, but that's like a whole nother conversation. But
I'm just out here like spilling all my beans.
No, but I think, what was I saying?
Sorry.
Oh my God. This is like real life. This is actually what happens to us. We just...
Yeah, no, you were talking about my personal experiences with
so like
meeting people and online.
And it could obviously go down to them being a different person behind the phone because I've got time to respond. Again, that just creates more trauma for the next person, because how is everyone I meet going to be the same person as they are behind the phone? But I also think one thing, like, for us specifically, we have big personalities.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we need like a big personality to match that, but we need someone with a strong enough personality to
handle
accept
it, maybe.
that.
Yeah,
100%.
and handle it, yeah.
Not even handle it. We don't need handling. We're not pets. We're not, you know.
Not handle us, handle it, handle the personality.
Yeah, but like, does it need to be handled? Do you mean like accept it? It doesn't need to be handled.
Yeah.
Like, my personality does not. But then I think that's where it falls down to. I think a lot of men are not like, whoa, hold on, she gave me so much vibes and so much like bants over these messages. They're expecting us to turn up and just not be that person, because not many people are like that. Not many people are as confident as we can be the first time meeting someone. We're the kind of people, the first time you meet me, you're going to see the real me. You're going to know the real me.
There's no sugarcoating.
Exactly. And a lot of people are not like
Sometimes
that.
I feel like I have to tame my slang.
Do you feel like, I mean...
I've been called out on my slang.
How many...
Sky, can you imagine?
We've got
he's nodding his head and he's agreeing with what I'm saying. I can't help it.
But I mean, like, that's probably one thing, meeting someone and then them being completely
Just for
opposite.
the record, she was saying it, not me.
You really caused the producer to actually come on air and have to...
FYI.
Yeah, literally.
She said it first. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably one thing, like you said. And I think maybe is that fear. They're not expecting that personality to project in real life.
Yeah.
I know I have a big personality. I know I talk a lot. We can...
Yeah, you do. Sometimes she gives me a headache sometimes.
The first time, I think when we first became friends, she would constantly tell me, you talk a lot. You talk a lot.
There'll be points, yeah, where she'll be talking so much, like all of a sudden I'm just dozing off. I'm just like, bro, can you just please be quiet for a bit?
I never did.
You're giving me a headache.
I never did. I've just grown on her now.
But ain't it like nice that we can say that to one
Yeah,
another?
100%. That's like a whole different premise of friendship, that we can just tell each other to shut up.
Oh, look at us.
Oh, we're grown. No, but it's true, innit? We have big personalities.
Yeah, we do.
And not many people are expecting that in real life. Like, they're not expecting that the first time.
But also, when I said that whole dominant thing, it was more based around my personality and the fact that I'm so open and I'm honest and I know what I want. That's the way it was described when I asked, what do you mean? Because I'm like,
I think we've spoken about this quite a lot in our friendship for years. Not necessarily dominance, but honesty and openness.
Yeah.
And a lot of people we are conditioned from young to believe the truth hurts, or the truth is bad. whether it hurts or not, it's still the truth, and your truth is your truth.
It's just the delivery that matters, I think.
The delivery,
so be honest, but just deliver it in a, a respectful manner. Like,
and I think
make sure you don't hurt nobody's feelings in the process.
Maybe in your circumstances, these men were just not ready for someone to be as open and honest and straight up as you can be.
Yeah.
Like, I know you, I know what to expect from you, and I know it's not going to be offensive. I know you're not trying to be dominant in a conversation or situation.
Yeah.
But just, I think that's where it comes down to having the right man to not handle your personality, but accept your personality, to understand this is not Khatija being dominant or taking over. This is Khatija expressing herself. This is her truth. And she should be comfortable and safe enough to speak that truth.
I feel like I'm having a therapy session.
Oh, no, but you're not dominant. And I don't like it. I genuinely don't like that someone could call someone dominant because you're confident enough to say your truth.
It wasn't said in like a disrespectful way.
No, of course not. But I mean, it's you saying your truth.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I can't help that. You know, I'd rather be like this than shy away and,
And I don't think the truths in which you say are necessarily there to hurt anyone.
No, not at all.
Especially when you're meeting someone, if you're laying out your expectations.
I'm just laying out my cards. Like, we're not here for fun and games. That goes back to the fact that I want to do things the right way. So I'm going to lay my cards out exactly from the get-go. If you don't like it, then that's okay. I respect that. You know what I mean?
Why wait?
Exactly.
Why wait till like the 6-7 meetings?
There's no sugarcoating.
100%. And like, so this Delulu experience, how did you come away from that? Like,
well,
I know this, guys, but I mean, I think it's a very real experience that many people have faced.
So this was like, okay, at this point, I had only just started wearing my hijab. So it was all new to me. I'm obviously trying to go through this change. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to do things the right way. And at that point, it was like last year. I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to maybe look for someone, maybe. Because it's like I go through phases in life where, yeah, I want to settle, and no, I don't want to settle. Yeah. So it's like, I'm always conflicted because I'm like, yeah, no. And I'll literally jump on it when I'm ready. And then all of a sudden, a week later.
Not even a week.
Literally, I'm like, nah, I don't want this.
2 days.
2 days later. Actually, I'm quite happy alone.
It's overwhelming. The app itself, any app.
Forget the app. I'm just on about just the idea of maybe getting to know someone, because I feel like people also need to understand, like, just us even not being married at present is by choice. It's not like let me just not go there, actually.
But it is by choice.
It is by choice.
At the end of the day,
so you have these aunties that'll be like, oh, you're not married yet, but it's by choice. I don't want to get married yet.
We don't want to settle. I know many people say that, and it comes out of a lot of women's mouths. We don't want to settle, or we don't want to settle for half. It's not about not settling for half or settling for less.
Please not expect us just because we're getting older to just quickly tie the knot. But that's not how it works, because you're only trying to do this once. Yeah. So it's very important.
Or twice. But only 2 times. You know what I mean? I don't want to go more than that.
You know what I mean?
For real.
At least you've trialed and tested.
But
you know what I mean? Like, it's not something to mess around with. Like, you'll see a lot of people who marry young and get divorced young, and it's so sad to see. Like, I'm not trying to do that. All right, easy. There's a biker outside going a bit crazy. You guys heard that? Anyway.
No, you're right. It's not necessarily like, oh, we're not settling, or there's no one good enough for us. We just haven't met the right person in order to make us feel safe and secure enough to make that jump.
Yeah, and it goes about the comfort. Like, you're leaving your comfort, your entire comfort, your home, your everything you've ever known, to just go start afresh. And
you've witnessed divorces. Yeah, I've been through divorce, and we have enough experience between us to understand what can go wrong. Yeah. And maybe it's not the right way to see things, because it is us acting upon past trauma. It is us acting on things that have happened in the past. But it puts a wall up around you.
Absolutely. And it also, like, as we mentioned last time as well, I think the older you get, the more you know what you want, and the more you know you're not willing to settle for less.
Our priorities and partners have definitely changed.
100%, because even our mindsets when we were young, like 20 years old, compared to what they are now, like, our expectations are sky high compared to like what like maybe us at 20 would have been.
At 20,
you're a bit carefree. You're willing to do the struggle, and
travel the world, go see it all together. Of course, you can do that in your 30s, but however, like, when you're young and you're in your early 20s, our
just don't deep like.
In a partner are so different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're so much more carefree, and we're willing to accept so much more than we are at the age we're at. Yes. I'm just past 30. You're not even 30 yet, but
soon. I know 20s, I don't look it, but
late 20s, but our priorities and what we look for in people. And I think the biggest one is peace and stability. Like we just want, and stability, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be just financial, but we mean in
emotionally
every
as
sense.
well. And that, let's touch upon that thing.
What thing?
We were talking about it earlier, that thing.
What were we talking about?
Do you know how like when we talk about stability?
Yeah.
That thing we were talking about.
Stability.
About, remember that scenario?
Oh, okay. So
where the man just...
all right. So stability in the sense of... Let's go. Not necessarily just financially, but the reason why I say every sense of the word. So I was actually somewhere over the weekend. Me and my friend were waiting for a table at a restaurant, and we sat in the car while we were waiting for the table. We had a certain wait time, so we're just chilling. Windows are down because obviously it's hot, and then we see like 4 massive cars just pull up in front of us in the car park, and your eyes are instantly drawn to these really big cars, and everyone just pulls out, like 20 people just pulled out these cars. So we're just here, and you know, my friend, she's really funny, she's hilarious, so we're there trying not to laugh. I realize I know one of the people, but anyway, one of the men in the situation, this is not necessarily something I always look at or pinpoint on, but this situation definitely put into perspective in terms of what I want in terms of stability. So this guy, he went into the restaurant, he's come out and he's having a full-blown tantrum to the point where we can all hear, and we can hear him ranting, there's an hour wait for the table, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, he's just having a full rant, and we are just looking over and we're witnessing this all unfold. One of the women must have taken lead and was like
so that tell us how the other man reacted.
all right, okay, and then
just in comparison,
and then like a few minutes
so one
later,
brother had a tantrum
and the other brother was just like, actually it's going to be an hour wait, we either wait here or we go to XYZ restaurant, whatever. He took lead. So me and my friend kind of just unpacked this conversation as it was happening, and we just realized what it meant to actually be stable in every situation
and every aspect, not just
exactly.
Like when people hear the word stability, automatically they think it's finances.
Yep, but like stability in your personality, in the way in which you react to situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those things are actually what make people, or what would make someone more attractive to us if someone was able to take lead in a situation and not overreact. Essentially, how
and just that like essence of protection and
leadership, protection, empathy, kindness. Yeah, just showing that actually we've come here, something's not gone right, I'm not going to let everyone else panic.
Let me fix the situation rather than hit up a fuss.
Yeah, definitely. So like in terms of stability, it's not necessarily only financial, it literally is every part of a person and the way in which you react in every situation. We probably weren't emotionally stable 10 years ago. Yeah. Like we have had to build that. We'll have to build that resistance. We have to build that patience.
And it comes with experience as well.
100%. And it also goes down to, and I've said this a lot to you, in a lot of my situations in my life, it's probably not the most healthiest way to look at all situations, but it's very rare you'll see me overreact in anger in many situations, and I've always said it.
I actually envy you for that.
But I'm
just like, I wish I was this calm. Why are you so calm?
But I mean,
if it was me, I'd be doing this.
Literally every time something happens. But a lot of it boils down to me, it's not the healthiest mindset, but if it doesn't hurt me as much as it did when my dad passed away,
I don't think it's an unhealthy mindset.
It's not going to get a reaction from me,
true.
you know? It's not.
Why do you think it's an unhealthy mindset though? Because I really rate it. Like I would love to be nice and calm and collected in every single situation, but unfortunately, I'm just not that person.
I mean, you're definitely calmer than you were like when I first met you, 100%.
Excuse me?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, thanks.
No, but come on, we know.
But no, you know that's something I've actively been conscious about.
Yeah, it's something you've definitely worked on.
And
yeah. I mean, for me, it's emotional stability comes with dealing with enough stuff in your life to understand how you're going to put into practice in any other situation you come into. So I know in any situation, oh no, you haven't got a table for us, you have to make me wait an hour. Is it going to kill me? No, let me find another solution. So for me, it really goes down to being able, the ability for someone to break down a situation and put into perspective, take lead. That is a form of like stability. And I think that's something we both look at. Yeah. And I think it's something a lot of women our age look at amongst our friends that are not married, etc. They don't only want financial stability, but mental stability,
it just
emotional
shows you
stability.
that the person's grown.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
And that's what
because
we
if
want.
someone that big age is causing like a hissy fit, it's like, grow up, bro.
Yeah,
just grow up.
Quite literally, right? Just grow up. And I think that's something that's definitely changed for us the older we've gotten.
Yeah.
And we often hear men mature a lot later. So I think in our heads we paint this picture where what we're waiting for, like how old do we have to be?
No, but that I disagree.
See, I disagree, but it's something that often comes out, right?
Yeah.
Like
I feel like it might be a stereotype.
It is definitely a stereotype, but it's something
because
that
you do get young brothers who might have experienced a lot more, or
yeah, 100%.
who have maybe had to play, the man of the house role or something that has put them in a position where they need to like mature quickly, you know. And they might be mature, like they could be 25 years young and be more mature than a 35-year-old, you know. So
it's definitely a misconception.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely, because I think we've both had experiences where you can meet someone that's a lot younger and be way more emotionally stable than someone that's a lot older.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, the older you get, the more stuff you've dealt with and the less ability you may have to deal with it moving forward. So
yeah,
I think that's something we definitely...
We just got a message from Facebook saying a response then react is a better approach.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's something I live by. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Stepping away from...
And know our worth. Oh, I like these. Oh. Keep them coming, guys.
We know our worth. That is why
know your worth for real. Just know your worth.
I think for women, that's so important. And I think of course, men and women.
I think it goes down to just really, really processing and thinking before anything comes out your mouth.
100%.
I really need to practice that. I think I am trying.
You're trying. You're getting there, and you're definitely getting...
I'm just a trier. I'm a trier.
Trying is the first step to failure, guys. I'm joking. My God, I'm joking. That's really mean. Like, you're trying, no, but you're definitely... she's definitely calmer. You're definitely calmer than you were before. And I think now, when you have a situation that might anger you or annoy you, I'll get the phone call first. Or someone will get a phone call first so you can unpack. Yeah.
Do you know, okay, this is so that's another topic, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean...
This is a personal topic for me.
Yeah?
You know, so, okay, I have a big family, alhamdulillah, yeah. I love them all unconditionally. Like, I love them. But, you know, there's 4 sisters, yeah. We got 4 of us. And, you know, sometimes we squabble and stuff. And, like, I have this thing, yeah, with my mum, yeah. I love my mum to bits. But listen, yeah, I have this thing. And... like, my mom doesn't understand, yeah, that when I'm venting to her, maybe about one of my siblings, it's just to prevent me from having a thing with my sibling. Because if I'm going to go directly to the sibling to talk it out, that will become an argument straight away. But my mom, when I go to my mom, I'm only just trying to express it to her. And I'm not actually saying anything to her directly. I'm just telling her about the situation. And my mom just takes it as an attack sometimes.
You know what? It's really strange you say that because I was the same with my mom. But not in terms, it was like kind of like the other way round. If my mom was ranting to me, I would take it as a personal attack.
Yeah.
How did you counteract that? It's something we spoke about.
It's something I've expressed to my mom multiple times. But it's just one of them things, you know. My mom, bless her, she has her own ways of dealing with things, and I just need to accept that it is what it is.
And she's a different generation. Her receptiveness is so much more different.
She's been brought up entirely different. You know, she's just come to the West, you know, from Malawi, bro. Like, so everything's different for her, and she's not exactly explored. Like, you know, she's not really been out the house like that. Or so I've just learned to accept that it is what it is, and just kind of just hold my tongue a little bit. We got another Facebook message. By Jamasia's Healing. Thank you for the message, guys. It's love ourselves to the point when someone treats us any less, we question our worth.
100%. Very true.
100%.
Okay, so maybe we didn't want to touch upon this, but I think we're going to
I don't mind touching up on this.
I think that really goes down to finding the right partner that's going to empower you to that point. That's going to really
it's not even a partner thing, because I was literally having this conversation with someone the other day, and I was like, even like I know I'm confident in myself, whether someone finds me attractive, whether they don't, whatever they think of me, I'm confident in myself. And exactly what she says, love ourselves to the point when someone treats us any less, we question our worth. I wouldn't question my worth
personally,
but I can understand why people would.
But not necessarily question our worth, but question
them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's probably what that
I'd be like, it's not me, it's you.
Yeah, no, for real. And I think really just being confident in yourself to know what you deserve.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, absolutely know what you deserve, know what the model what model you want to live in your life, and how you're going to reach that, and how you're going to continue to reach that, and how you're going to continue to express your worth in ways that are only going to be like meaningful to you, if that makes sense.
Just that woman though, never question your worth.
Yeah. No, I think she meant it in sense of like, so the point where you don't question your worth, but you question maybe the situation. Or,
definitely question the situation.
As in, know your worth well enough to know when someone's not treating you what you're worth.
Yeah.
But that's a good one.
It definitely is. I was literally just having the conversation.
You definitely like improved my sense of self-worth.
Really?
Within our friendship. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't as...
Oh.
We'll have
you need tissues.
Oh my God. Oh, that was really an emotional little...
Oh.
We'll talk about that later, guys, and start crying and that.
Why?
No,
How did I do that?
No, as in...
Please enlighten me.
All right,
Tell me.
So like she doesn't already know this story, guys.
You've never told me.
What do you mean?
You've never told me.
Yes, I have.
No, you
We just spoke about it, Asias.
That was something else.
Oh,
the makeup thing.
yeah.
Oh, we can talk about that.
Okay, then.
So, guys.
Okay. I mean, okay, so I think part of self-worth is definitely surrounding yourself by and we talked about this last time, surrounding yourself by the right women or the right people that are going to empower you, that are going to always
We
like
strive
lift
to do
you
better
up.
as well, like
100%.
constantly trying to level up. Like,
Yeah, and that came like, so within our friendship, when Khatija and I first met, I wouldn't go anywhere without a full face of makeup. And I mean full face, you know that.
Cake.
She would, and she'd call me out on it. That's the kind of banter.
She tried
we
to
had.
hug me. I'd be like, bro, move. You're going to stain my clothes.
But imagine, I was like, I still like this person, even though she was so mean to me. But anyway.
Maybe it was like a fresh of breath air.
It was.
Someone not to be like...
all nice all the time.
Yeah, because I feel like
we're just real. We just say it how it is in the moment.
Let's just be honest.
But she would really challenge me on the makeup.
Did I actually challenge you?
You'd always
I'd be like, bro, why are you wearing so much makeup?
Always. It was continuous.
I can actually remember scenarios where I'd be in my car picking you up and I'm like, why you got so much makeup on?
And I'm like, but we're going.
Who are you dressing up for?
Literally, a lot of my self-worth at that point in my life, I had just come out of my divorce. You know, my father had just passed away.
Yeah.
A lot of my self-worth was in the way in which I presented myself.
Yeah. Maybe that was your coping mechanism.
It might have been. It honestly might have been. I know I've been wearing makeup for a long time in my life. I've always experimented with it, etc. But I think at that point in my life, it was pretty much full face all the time. And Khatija would challenge me. We'd have these discussions and I would look at her and I'd be like, you know what? I love that you don't wear makeup, but I'm just not confident enough. Yeah. And then like slowly I'd like remove things, right? So like then I'd stop wearing foundation and it was just concealer. And then I'd stop wearing like, it just bit by bit, it stripped back. And then now, alhamdulillah, look, like,
no makeup.
I can like hug her.
Can we just clarify one thing? Does cheek tint and lip gloss qualify as makeup?
No, but can we just say the cheek tint is for cheeks, lips, and
it's
eyes?
It's a moisturizer. Do you know what? Yeah, there. It's a pore, multi-purpose soothing balm. I don't think it's much of a cosmetic, but anyway.
Okay, we're just having this debate with friends right now as to whether that classes as makeup or not. That's all we've got on today.
We've got another message. Stay away from energy vampires. They will drain you. Be around uplifting people. Preach.
100%.
Preach.
Surrounding yourself.
Preach. I can't say this enough.
Surrounding yourself by the right people is going to... All right, let's just break it down for 1 second. There is the hadith where there's so much importance, and the Prophet said it so many times. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You are the company you keep. Mm-hmm. We hear this so many times, and it doesn't. Okay, so now I just want to break that down a bit, because people often take that as if your friends do that, you're doing it too. That may not always be the case, but you're not understanding the premise of associations. Mm-hmm. If you're hanging around with a certain type of people, you're going to be labeled as that kind of person.
100%.
And in that friendship,
I had to cut off so many people growing up because I'm not trying to be. I can see what you're on, but I'm not trying to be on that. Even I'm not on that.
Yeah.
But it's going to look like I'm on that to other people. So I'm just like,
So, yeah, definitely. But then if you're already...
But this is more about like energy, like people with negative energy.
If you're already in a space in which the people you're with you're questioning their morals and what they do, they're already energy vampires. Because if you're the good person in that situation, they're taking that from you. They're taking, and energy vampires is a real thing. I think we deal with that in the dating world, how we spoke about it's so draining and stuff. But really it is about...
I read that as like more like, is that just like being surrounded by people with negative energy?
Negative energy, negative vibes, people that don't associate or align with
just
what
people who
you're
have
aligning
zero
with.
gratitude, people who always complain, people who just meh. Just
But
literally
even-
that sound, meh.
The face as well. Meh. But in terms of like, yeah, energy vampires, people are negative or draining you.
And you gotta actually pray for people like that, like honestly, because it's like
Pray for your friends.
Bruv, you could be in such a worse position. I don't care what anyone says. If you're living here, you've got a roof over your head, you've got food, you've got a job, whatever the case, why are you complaining? I just can't. Really grinds my gears.
But we are very, in terms of like energy vampires
Yeah.
and surrounding ourselves by empowering people, between the two of us, we are very selective with how we spend our time. And it comes with like embracing new blessings.
Yeah.
And this is why I believe
Shout out Azra. Bop, bop.
I mean, yeah, literally coming on to that next.
And Sana and Romana. Before they get hearty.
Oh my God. So anyway,
The
guys,
terrible trio.
coming on to that, I think the point is like embracing new blessings and understanding that we don't want bad energy. So whenever we are in line or whenever we're introduced to new people, is something that we'll really reflect on. Like, are these people right for me in my life? Do we align, etc.? And alhamdulillah, like in terms of that, how we pick up empowering people is genuinely like, I can't even explain how it happens.
We've had like a really recent experience as well. So we started volunteering at the Freedom Youth Club. Literally late last year, I'd say, innit?
November time-ish.
Late last year. And it's just a youth club, and there's like refugee boys, and it's just a social safe space for them. Like there's like foosball and pool, and that's what I'm going for really. The snacks in the pool.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's her every week.
we go there, we volunteer, alhamdulillah, and the people like the girl who actually organizes it and takes care of it, you know, we've known her, like just known her. We don't know her personally, but we know of her, etc. But like we've managed to create such a fruitful, like nice relationship, like, and we vibe so well, and just being around good people, like wholesome people.
We've come away, Azra, you're probably listening to this, and you're probably got a big smile.
I don't know if she is. She's a little Jake. I'm joking.
Azra is
Shout out
definitely
Azra.
listening.
Shout out Azra.
But genuinely, Azra, whenever we've come away from...
Jake. It's not a bad word.
Whenever we've came from youth club, whenever we've come from like even just chilling at your house or going out with like you and your sisters.
The fact that we've even been to her house.
The fact that you've come into my house. Oh, she's just messaged. Saying, oh, my guys. Oh. No, Azra, seriously, like we talk about this quite a lot. It's a big thing for Khatija and I. We've got a new friendship circle within our life. At first,
it was overwhelming because we're like, oh my God, what's going on?
Like, what's going on? We've got all these new people in our life, and we're very thingy with like new people. Not difficult, but we are really selective.
Not difficult, very selective, yeah. But with them, I goes to from the get-go. I'm like, these lot feel like they're like, they would really vibes with my family.
Yeah,
like,
literally, that's the
it's
first
very
thing.
similar. Like
we made those connections very quickly, and I think in that moment we both understood the value of it's okay to pick up new people on our life journey. We can align with new people. We can, and it was so empowering. Like
so long as they pass the vibe check. But not anymore. I feel like there's going to be too many, and then we're just going to be too busy. I'm just not trying to be that active.
New?
Yeah. Okay, Azra, it stops at you.
We're just putting a pause on new friendships for a while, guys.
It's too much.
Yeah, to pause.
Yeah, pause.
No, but we have the amount of doors that the friendship, again, alhamdulillah, was built on the premise of volunteering.
Yeah, so already it's a blessing, you know?
Exactly. So
and it's come from a good place. It's wholesome.
The doors is open for
Shout out to the whackers again.
The doors is open for us. The opportunities is open for us.
Yeah.
Like from last year to this year. Little story. I wanted some clothes in a specific size. I messaged my sister-in-law to ask her brother because he was the same size as one of the boys. And alhamdulillah, he donated so many clothes. But that was a connection. I gave that youth club gave my sister-in-law's brother a means of blessings. Yeah, it gave him good deeds, and he was a means of provisions for those refugee boys. So then it comes down to understanding.
Ain't it bizarre that piece of clothes that was made was always for the boy that just got it at the youth club?
Exactly.
I find that so baffling.
But imagine how much blessings that we get from these connections, and that really goes down to picking the right people.
Yes,
like picking the
positive
right circle.
Vibes, good energy.
There was never a time where we walked away from youth club in those first few weeks and we were just like, ugh.
We
Never.
really love it, actually.
We loved it.
I actually, whenever I can go, I go. Like,
yeah, she's just there on the pool table. The boys hate her now.
Stop attacking me. Oi, I ripped them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mashallah to me.
Yeah, so basically, because she keeps winning in pool, the boys don't allow her to play anymore. Before, they were really nice to her. They would
They'd let me. They'd like bichari me and feel sorry for me. Yeah, let her hit it once. She's not going to get it anyway. And all of a sudden, poof. I haven't even given you a chance, my friend.
All right, this is how competitive she gets with pool guys.
And it's jarring at the youth club because you're only allowed maximum of 3 goes. As in, if you win 3 times in a row, you're not allowed to play any more games.
Oh, poor you.
And I was like, that is just a violation.
You can help me wash up next time.
But no, I think we do want to get Azra on next time.
Yeah.
She can talk to you about the Freedom Youth Club, about what projects they've got going on, if anyone wants to help out and stuff, if she's seeking any volunteers. It's a really, really good project.
It's so rewarding.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. It's really good and it's such good vibes. And the whole family gets involved and it's really inspiring. It's really nice to see, actually.
Yeah, it's actually very nice.
It's vibes.
Very good vibes. Alhamdulillah. That was a great way that we embraced that new blessing. It was a big step.
Yes.
But we did it.
But listen, we've got 5 minutes. I didn't realize.
5 minutes?
Yeah, I know.
All right,
let's
really
answer some
quickly.
stuff. Sorry, guys,
really
you've neglected your Instagram stuff.
Really quickly, I really wanted to just go, like, I think just for 2 minutes, but can we just talk about summer hijab issues? Like, actually, because this is something people have wanted me to talk about.
It's a problem.
Like, right, where does your modesty lie?
I'll make it easy, but it's a problem, man.
Right, my issue, I need help from everyone on this. My hijab, you can laugh all you want. My hijab is allergic to my forehead. And I don't want to swear, I don't want to say any bad words, but seriously, look.
I can see.
Yeah, it just slips back. I've got a hijab hat underneath. I've tried every type of bonnet. I've heard of that new crown thing. That's
but who's trying to pay £65 for that?
I don't know if I want to pay £50-60 for just one crown, because then I can only afford one. And then in between, when I wash it, it's a whole complex.
This just goes into another topic, though.
Any suggestions to keep my hijab on my head, I'd really appreciate. But summer hijab issues, what's everyone doing? What's everyone saying? Like, how do you wear a hijab? Do you wear it like this, or do you wrap it round? What fabrics? I'm still struggling. And 3 years into my hijab journey, I'm like...
It's been 3 years.
3 Ramadans now, alhamdulillah. I wore it when I was younger, and then I took it off, and then I... put it back
I
on.
wore it by force when I was in like primary school.
Oh, did you?
And come secondary school, I took it off. I started wearing it again last year. Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
But also like wearing one in general in summer, like what are we going to do?
It's a sticky one because I already still don't wear it like it's supposed to be worn. And that's, I guess it's part of my journey.
That's your journey.
It's my journey.
I mean, I'm not wearing it like that right now.
I'd still rather be wearing it like this than not wearing it at all. So I'm just going to look at it as progress either way. But for me, wearing it like this is helpful because I still get
air. Some breeze. You know, my neck doesn't like feel all suffocated in the modest clothing. What are we doing? Where are we buying from?
Yeah, do you know it's a whole thing. It's a real thing actually, because like I know obviously as Muslims, you know, we're supposed to cover our arms and everything, and it is a struggle. And I feel like people really just don't even think about it. They don't think about the struggle we actually go through.
Yeah,
like it's beaming hot, and we're just like, you know.
And then we've got to wear layers because something's see through.
Especially in my field for work as well, where I work with young people. They're like autistic and stuff. Some of them like to spend 10 hours a day outside, and I'm like, I have to be outside in this heat for this long, like, and I don't have a choice but to do that.
Yeah,
you know,
how
so
are you
it's
gonna
really,
accommodate?
yeah, it's really difficult. Old school headband. Hold on, sorry. Old school headband. What's an old school headband? What does that look like?
Old
hijabs. What headbands?
Oh, what kind of what
headband?
Like send it me.
Oh, do you think they're on about, you know, the thick ones that you just push back? Maybe that
but
works.
then will it leave like a bump here on my hijab?
No, probably not.
Okay, well, whoever said that, please send me the link.
Yeah, on Secret Treasures Bakery.
Secret Treasures.bake. I need to change my Instagram handle.
Yeah, I think so.
I was thinking about that
Maybe
today.
Nightcap with Salim
Okay,
Khatija.
you want it to be that page?
Listen, I'm not socially active, so I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that.
But also, really quickly, guys, I just want to touch upon all the uni encampments that are happening. If you're in Leicester, please get down. Show your support at University of Leicester. They've got some really cool things. You can go on the Islamic Society ISOC page on Instagram, and it will show you their outline and their timetable of all the talks and everything they've got planned. Go support them. What they're doing is absolutely amazing. I was in uni 13 years ago. I can't imagine camping out in the middle of the field and like missing my lectures and trying to I was just deeping it like the other day. Like imagine they're having to sort out their schedules between them. Like your lectures are here, your lectures are there, so I can't be here, I can't be there. If they leave their tents unattended, they'll just get picked up by security. So go show you support.
Yeah, we need to be active with that, as well as the LBIT stuff. You know, we actually have to be active as a community.
Reminder,
we need to show up.
Reminder to us. Reminder to
absolutely.
us.
Even us. Because we're so quick to go to London, and alhamdulillah, we do the protests and stuff. But we need to be active in our own community and our own city. Exactly.
We need to build that fire again.
So let's show up, guys. Go to the campuses. Go to LBIT. Just show up and let's do what we can. And I know like the uni movements are actually making a difference.
They are, alhamdulillah. Look, the Palestinians are seeing it. They're responding. They're understanding. Look,
can you believe Motaz was there?
I know, amazing,
right?
Amazing.
I just felt like even when you seen his speech, it was so short, but you could see he was like really emotional.
It would be. It's very. I can't imagine.
I'm so sad I didn't go, but yeah. But it must have been so overwhelming.
It would have been to see that many people there for you in your land, definitely. But no, definitely, let's just be more active with the uni encampments within Leicester. I'm just urging everyone to get there, support them, comment on their pages.
Yeah, interact.
Definitely. But alhamdulillah, like I think today it might have been a lot of topics, guys, to swallow. We have a lot to say.
Yeah.
These are just genuinely our conversations that we have with one another.
Yeah, and guys, we will be back on next month, inshallah. We'll post obviously dates and stuff in the near future. But if you'd like to get involved and, you know, give us any input, things to discuss for next time, please contact Sal. And her Insta handle is secrettreasures.bakery.
I'm going to change that
Maybe
name.
we can plug that on the actual Ramadan radio website. But it was a pleasure. Sal, thank you so much. And inshallah, we'll catch up with you next time.
Assalamu alaikum.